Hey guys, consider this a bit of a bonus video. As most of you are probably aware, I do those cooking videos well in advance, weeks in advance. And I had a couple ideas I really wanted to try out. And I don't know, just for the heck of it, I decided I'd go ahead and do this live on camera. We've already got our water starting to boil over there for the spaghetti. First thing we're going to need is a full tablespoon of oil. Yep. We're going to add, this is the equivalent of 2 chopped onions to the mix. There we go. Now you might be thinking, what prompted this, Lore? Well, 2 things really. First of all, in the spaghetti that you guys have already seen, that I ate, some time ago, I didn't really care for the flavor of the sauce. The spice got through, but not in the way I wanted. I wanted it to be spicy, but leave most of a spice aftertaste. And not be the kind of thing that burns the whole way through. That's just not going to be pleasant, right? So I'm like, okay, how can I fix this? There's got to be some way to fix this, right? Well, as part of my other cooking stuff, which will start going live in about 2 weeks now, give or take, I've been experimenting with cooking with a few other things. And namely trying to use butter or oil to mix flavors together. Now this is basically the boring part. I don't know if you can tell, we actually already have it on medium heat right now. And we're just going to leave it there, on medium for a bit. About 3 minutes or so, give or take. Now there's a few ways to do the next step. I actually grabbed this stuff, I don't know if you can really see properly, whoops, starting to drip. It's some chopped garlic. And we're going to do 1 and a little bit extra teaspoon of that. Now this one really worked for me. Crushed red peppers. Add however much you feel comfortable doing, basically. If you want a nice, generic thing, here, I'll show you. Just add, let's say half a teaspoon of this. Just like that. There we go. Now this is always the hardest part for me. The idea is to stir it to the point where the onions, peppers, and garlic are all pretty well mixed, so that, again, that oil will mix, blend? Something about this will blend the flavor across them. I don't know. I'm an amateur. What do you want from me? As you may or may not be able to tell, I could zoom in a little bit here. A little bit more up. The onions are starting to brown nicely as it's starting to blend nicely. I'm going to go ahead and flatten it out a bit again. Make sure everything's getting on that skillet. Still at medium heat. We're going to leave it there for not too long. Almost ready. Half a teaspoon of salt. Do not add half a tablespoon. That's going to be unpleasant. And half a teaspoon. God, I'm terrible. Half a teaspoon of pepper. Now, I've had some people complain horribly about how I like to use ground beef. I don't know why, I like ground beef. But today we're going to use ground turkey. This is when we turn the heat all the way up to high to cook the turkey in. You want to make sure to cook it nice and thoroughly, for pretty obvious reasons. And now, of course, the part so many of you loved from the last video. We're going to put this on for just a couple minutes. Let the heat really steam up that turkey in there. God, this thing is really jerky. I'm trying to do a slow pan and it's like... Maybe I should just pick up the thing. Right, you're here to talk about cooking, not me being a doofus. Sorry. That's about what it should look like. Now, here's the thing. Up until now, this has basically been the exact same recipe I actually have already done off camera. But we're going to try something new on camera. And I have no idea if it's going to work out. This worked out fine. Basically what I did last time, I just added the ragu and shazam. There's the spaghetti. But I want to try something else. Now there's all kinds of these. Usually people recommend fire roasted. I happen to like the diced with habaneros and a little bit of tomato paste. Now, I don't know how much to use here, I'll be completely honest. We're going to use the whole can. Hope that's not too much. Alright, how are we looking? We left it on there for 3 minutes. It's boiling nicely, which is good, because that's just what I wanted. Whoop. Like I said, we're off the map here. I'm just making this up as we go. I think it's pretty much good. Let's go ahead and turn that off. Now the fun part. What? Now you've seen this step before. It's pretty much the same step. I'm so nervous about this, you have no idea. There'll be a lot of wasted food. This didn't work out. God, maybe I shouldn't have added the paste. Can't help it. It's just... whatever. So I knew this was going to be a bit more dry. That's okay. That's more or less by design. Let's try a bit and see what happens. Okay, moment of truth. Holy smokes, it tastes good. And it is much spicier. Oh my goodness. That, holy crap, that is spiced spaghetti. Oh my gosh. Oh, I should have had some bread to go with this. Holy crap. Well, there's your little bonus feature. If you ever want it to be spicier than the other spiced spaghetti I made, here you go. I'm gonna go ahead and chop this off and then throw this together. See you around, guys.